We had autumnal vibes.
What a perfect place to fall in love.
Lots of women to be buzzing about.
We got the glow stick going.
And we met Matt.
I'm starting to feel it. It's starting to feel real.
This is your The Bachelor Season 25, Episode 1, Matt James's premiere recap. Grab your glasses. It's time for Roses and Rosé. Hi, everybody. It's me, Lauren Zima, and we're back in a hat. Oh, babes, it is Matt James's premiere. The Bachelor Season 25 premiere. The first ever Black Bachelor premiere. So much to celebrate. So happy to be back with you. So we are gonna toast with a little champs. We're also toasting with champagne because Matt's season is filmed in Pennsylvania in the fall with the chilly vibes. That's why I'm wearing this hat. So I just love a champagne like in the cold, the leaves are changing, or maybe they've already fallen down to the ground and you're just feeling cozy and wonderful. Anyway, I'm already in a fantasy. I gotta get back to reality. Cheers to Matt James. Ooh! No fizz, is that a good sign or a bad? The winter's air. It's gone, Lauren, stop. By the way, how are you, babes? How is everyone? How were your holidays, your New Year's? And what did you all think of this premiere? I honestly thought it was one of the best season premieres we've had in some time. We had nice, emotional, real conversations.
I never really saw an example of what love was like.
Right.
Mixed in with some fun, messy drama that we love as fans of this show.
She came up to me when I was speaking to Matt and she was like, "Excuse me, princess."
It's the gift that keeps on giving. We have so much to discuss. I'm so happy to be back with you, so let's get to it. We are beginning with the fall vibes, the autumnal colors, the reds and oranges and golds. Don't drink for every fall treat. And I'm so happy to have this vibe after the La Quinta in Palm Springs. You know, they had to film there, they're doing what they gotta do, but we were getting sick of seeing the people sweating, weren't we? Now it's gonna be cozy and cold there at the Nemacolin sprawling resort in Pennsylvania. They really amped things up. Cheers to the red carpet. Cheers to Chris Harrison descending down those regal stairs. I mean, they did not hold anything back. Don't drink for every flower behind Chris Harrison. We're starting off strong. What do you think of this setting for the show? Let me know in the comments below.
Never before in the history of The Bachelor has there been such intense interest in one man.
And Chris Harrison tells us there were a record number of applicants for Matt James's season of The Bachelor, so we've got high hopes, we've got lofty goals. We've been waiting for this one. Oh, and they are giving it to us right away. We have Matt running shirtless through the autumnal vibes. Oh, although we did also put Matt in a plane on the premiere, and I wrote down, oh my God, no, not after Peter, no, no more planes, no.
Are you serious?
So Matt is here and he is checking out the house he is going to stay in, and it is looking fabulous, as is he. And oh my gosh, he really is so tall, isn't he? Don't drink for every time he checks it out by plopping himself down on something.
Oh.
And then I guess Matt forgot how tall he is because he hit his head. Don't do that, Matt.
Ow. Oh, it's still comfortable though.
Don't need any more planes, don't need any more head injuries. Peter Weber. We are reminded that we don't know Matt James that well. He didn't end up going on Claire Crawley's season of The Bachelorette as intended because the pandemic changed the production schedule and they had to cast and start filming The Bachelor on a different timetable than they usually do. So Matt tells us what he wants. He wants someone who is strong. He wants someone who is a partner.
Someone who's weathered storms, who's resilient, who's strong. It's a partnership.
Did you like his answer? I did. Cheers to that. Only a few minutes in, you guys, I was just so happy. I was loving all the Matt and again, all the autumnal trees. Am I too obsessed with the autumn thing? Is it too much? Matt talked about being both the product of an interracial marriage and really about how his parents split up and he was raised by a single mom and how this has affected his ability to open up and fall in love.
Growing up in a single parent home, I feel like I missed out on a lot of what it takes to be in a good relationship.
So I'm ready to dive deep with Matt. Winter clothes are also nice because if you've been, gaining a little holiday weight, can't see any of it.
Oh, I'm still carrying a little holiday weight.
Cozy. All right, so we've met Matt, and now we're gonna meet the women. And we had such a variety. Don't drink for every interesting sounding woman. We had a ballerina.
Looking at him, I'm like, yeah, he's definitely my type.
Kristen, who's an attorney and is drinking in her interview. Cheers to that.
Matt, he's really amazing guy.
Maggie, the pharmacist from Ethiopia, who might be the most beautiful woman I have ever seen on this show. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. And speaking of talking quickly, Anna, who's a self-proclaimed caffeine addict.
So I'm actually like a caffeine fiend, well, I used to be.
Cheers to that, Anna. I mean, I pretty much go from coffee to wine with hopes of water in between. You guys? Oh, and there's another Lauren, who is also gorgeous.
I'm very excited, a little bit nervous.
I have so many girl crushes already. Who was your standout gal from this episode? Let me know in the comments below. But we've got to get all these women to Nemacolin, and we're continuing to see Matt. And you guys, I'm just gonna do it. Don't drink for every time Matt James was shirtless in this premiere. No one's complaining.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Let the journey begin.
Thank you.
All right, but we get the ladies to Nemacolin. It's time for night one, and it's looking nice and chilly. What, Matt has a tuxedo on? It even buttons. Winter clothes are chic. And after all we've been through in 2020, we need chic, everyone. So we go from the red carpet to the chandeliers.
Never seen this many chandeliers before.
To Matt and Chris Harrison having a night one heart-to-heart in the library.
I've seen how being vulnerable in the past has led to this heartbreak and letdown.
And what did you all think of this conversation between Chris and Matt about all the pressures that Matt feels like he's facing? I loved it. It felt like one of the most natural, easy night one conversations there's ever been. And maybe part of that is because Matt hasn't been on the shows before. Matt talks about all the weight he feels from being the first Black Bachelor.
You've got people who are cheering for you to find love, and then you've got people who are cheering for you to end up with a specific person of a specific race.
I just reveled in the honesty and the back and forth of this, and Matt says that he thought he'd been in love, but he thinks he was wrong.
I thought I had been in love, and the older I've gotten, my thoughts and views on what love is has changed.
So will Matt fall in love with this season? Leave me your predictions in the comments below. Now let the limo entrances begin! It's a lot of layers. Tight. Oh, it's slippery. Oh, we're going down. We're going down. Pivot. Pivot. Okay, I gotta rethink the wardrobe.
Pivot!
We have to keep the beanie on though, because my hair is messed up at this point. So of course on night one we have the fun of the entrances, and we don't have time to talk about them all, but some standouts. Hello! Kaylee stood out and stood up in some lingerie. She told Matt he could pick her dress for her.
What better opportunity to figure out what you like than to ask for your opinion on what I should wear?
What did we think of this moment? You know, I didn't care. They're all gonna be in swimsuits like tomorrow.
Oh my God, that's ballsy.
And I liked how the other women weren't too shady about it. One of them even said, well, she has a robe on.
I mean, like, she is literally in bra underwear.
At least she has a robe on.
Women supporting women. Speaking of clothing choices, another woman went probably the opposite extreme of lingerie, and she wore slippers that looked like goat hooves.
And I hope you'll also think that I'm the goat.
Do goats have hooves? They do, right? Is much as I like to dress for the outdoors, I don't do well in them. This is actually a question I get a lot, is what would your limo entrance be if you were ever gonna be on the show? I've come to the conclusion that there is only one choice for me. I would, of course, bring my wand. And the entrance writes itself. We're going to make some magic. Accio Matt.
You look incredible.
Expecto engagemento!
I mean, jeez.
I mean, it's this or coming hot right from the start. Here's who I am with the Voldemort impression. Harry Potter!
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter is dead!
Harry Potter is dead.
Petrificus totalis. Now, this gal, Katie, brought a different kind of wand. She arrives with a vibrator.
I was hoping to pass the torch to you.
Yes, Katie brought a sparkly, glowing toy. And she named it MJ.
This is MJ.
That's MJ? Okay.
Don't drink for every dirty joke. Someone said,
Can I put my balls in your mouth?
and I think she makes health food for a living, so she was talking about her meatball, but I had to ask, how healthy is that meatball? That's the largest meatball I've ever seen. Who's eating that? I mean, that was a meat globe.
So what do you think of my balls?
A meat sphere.
Not bad.
A 6th grade diorama project model of the Earth.
They're my meatballs.
No. And then, we had a very regal-ish entrance, Queen Victoria! Yes, the self-proclaimed Queen Victoria arrived via some PAs in masks carrying her, and then after meeting Matt, she fell over. What did you all think of Queen Victoria? She was pretty prominent in the episode. I liked watching her. I think she's great TV.
The queen has arrived, bitches.
Now, her name really is Victoria, and she keeps trying to explain that to everyone. Like she tells gorgeous, adorable Maggie from Ethiopia, Queen Victoria, like the actual queen.
So I'm Victoria like the queen.
And Maggie's so sweet. She's like, oh. Yes. Okay. Ultimately, which entrance was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna say Katie with her special friend because she made a toast with the vibrator.
Tonight is gonna be a long and hard night, but we need to remember to have fun. So let's cheers to Matt tonight.
It's unforgettable stuff, you guys. That's my favorite. 25 seasons in, you never know what they're gonna do next. The gift that keeps on giving! Oh, she could have named her vibrator that. So the women are here. Now Matt's got to give out the roses.
I will be bringing in the first rose that you'll be handing out.
So now it's time to talk roses, and what Matt noses. Yeah, because it turns out I don't know if Matt knows how giving out roses works.
It's a first impression rose. So you should give that to the one woman that just really blew you away.
I've got my work cut out for me.
Matt starts his night one off with a prayer.
If everybody could just bow their head really quick, I'm gonna pray for everybody.
I'm gonna cry.
And he does the prayer for the entire group of women. I thought it was really beautiful. What did you guys think of this choice by Matt? So that starts things off well, and the women are supporting each other. They are even crying over the beauty of it all.
Hey, that's so sweet. That is sweet.
So this is gonna continue, right? LOL, no. It's time for the drama.
I'm originally from Puerto Rico.
One woman whose name I don't know yet because there's just too many women to know them yet is talking about her Puerto Rican family struggling through the hurricane.
There's always a hurricane, there's always the earthquakes, and you're always worried.
And Katie, who is seemingly really committing to this vibrator thing, steals Matt for a second with a vibrator tap.
These last earthquakes, my mom was like, hey,
Hi. Hi. Oh my God.
You know what? You know what? You know what? We gotta do it. Don't drink for every vibrator joke.
What out a freaking lightsaber. Sorry, I saw the vibrator, I lost my train of thought.
And I was tapped on the shoulder by the vibrator.
Talk about a buzzkill.
At least it's not used. Like, so she says.
You came waving that thing, I was like...
It's a lot to take in.
It's a lot to take in.
Literally, it's a lot. And it's a party. Like, we got the glow stick going. It's perfect.
Then a different drama. Entrepreneur Kit and Queen Victoria are having some issues with titles. On one throne we have Victoria, who proclaims that she be the queen and Kit is the princess.
Excuse me, princess, but the queen is here.
And in the other we have young Kit,
Oh my gosh. Princess? Calling me princess?
who won't stop giving herself titles. No, Kit says she is the king, president, CEO.
You could be the queen. I am literally the king, the CEO, like the president.
Head prefect, head of house, headmaster, minister of magic. Yes, these two are already butting heads, and it's too soon to see who I would side with, if anyone. But Victoria is certainly interesting. She wants time with Matt so much that she's trying to push the other women to have time with Matt so that she can get more.
If I say literally again, you have to go. Literally.
So she's not totally heartless, right? Because she kind of wants to get the time in the right way. But she really goes about it in the wrong way. She calls them idiots if they haven't talked to Matt.
I don't feel bad going to see Matt twice because they're idiots anyway. That's not my fault.
Victoria, just because something is your way doesn't mean it is the right way. I'm really starting to sound like Julie Andrews.
Does your bad posture affect your hearing?
Oh, speaking of, have you guys been watching Bridgerton? It was my holiday obsession. Julie Andrews does the voice work in it.
My name is Lady Whistledown.
And actually, Matt's season was kind of giving me like Bridgerton vibes, right? Because of all the beautiful outdoor stuff. I mean, the part where he's, as they would say on Bridgerton, promenading through the wilderness. Yes, very like Bridgerton, Pride and Prejudice. We love a man walking in a suit through the woods. I'm in! What did you think of Victoria and the way she treated the other women? Let me know in the comments below. But then Matt and Abigail have this great conversation.
I was super nervous because it's like...
What a dim show.
I really like Abigail, everybody. What did you think of her? She is the, as far as I know, first deaf contestant ever on The Bachelor, and she really opened up about the struggles she's faced, but she also seems really positive about everything that she's had to deal with.
So I was super lucky. So both my sister and I are deaf, so she's a year and a half older. And so she kind of like paved the way.
And her and Matt seem to genuinely connect. They have the first kiss and then the first impression rose.
Will you accept this rose?
Oh my God, I will.
I was kind of surprised by this one, but I really thought Matt made a good choice here. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. And then it is the rose ceremony. And you know, all these women that we don't know that well yet are getting roses. Will Queen Victoria get a rose? Well, she certainly thinks she knows.
The queen is for sure getting a rose tonight.
Yeah, Victoria gets a rose. We knew she had to.
Victoria.
Yay. But what really cracked me up is that she gets the last rose of the rose ceremony. And when he says Victoria, they're not really letting her down. She's on the top row and she's like, excuse me, could you move? Excuse me, pardon me. Out of my way, peasants!
Thank you.
Oh, she's the queen in her own head. So we're done with night one, and it is the wee hours of the chilly Pennsylvania morning. And again, we don't really know the women who left, though that ballerina who we met in the beginning is gone. And speaking of beginnings, our journey is only starting, and Matt raised a glass to it all. He even made a little joke about having the women go and run a half marathon.
I know it's been a long night, but we're gonna get our gym clothes on, and there's a half marathon that we're gonna...
And I thought, Matt, I like that, a sense of humor. Now that we'd seen Matt for the whole episode, what did you guys think of the man we don't know? We're gonna find out more. We got a promo!
And now, a sneak peek of the incredible new season of The Bachelor.
Oh, and this promo is good. You know, Matt is either shirtless or in sweaters, and those are good choices. Oh, and then we find out even more women are coming into this season. Ah! It's like a little Bachelor in Paradise-y. Additional contestants are gonna come in later. Oh my God! Ooh. What will they do next? The gift that keeps on giving! Oh, and we have someone getting accused of being an escort?
She may be having a transactional relationship with wealthy men.
Oh, and another return, a familiar face. Heather from Colton Underwood's season, the woman who had never been kissed, comes because she thinks Matt's the guy for her, I guess.
Heather, I feel like I'm in a dream right now.
But from the fun to drama, Matt is in tears. He's not okay. And now Chris Harrison's in a sweater. And Matt is crying in a fur collared jacket.
Because it opens up this place that scares me.
Again, he's walking through the autumnal fields in a suit. Bridgerton, Pride and Prejudice. Harry Potter! Oh, and he's shirtless again. And he's holding a ring!
I've got this beautiful diamond that represents so much more than you could ever imagine.
Oh, babes, what do you think? Will Matt James, who has never been in love, propose and get engaged this season? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Tell me what you thought of this premiere. I really loved it. I thought it was an unbelievable episode of television, and I'm so excited for this season. Season 25, a landmark season in so many ways. Oh, babes, so glad to be back with you. Of course, if you want to connect with me more, I am available on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and for personal messages to you, the app Cameo. We will be back every Tuesday with new episodes of Roses and Rose covering this season of The Bachelor, where magic is happening. Bye! Anyway, I'm already in a fantasy. I gotta get back to reality. Here we go. No. Here we go. Here we go. So this is going great. I do this all the time.